The trouble is, you think you have time. Hi, I'm Brita Long for The Happier Attorney, and this is where we talk about flat fees and mindset and all of the things so that you can have a great quality of life while practicing law. And for those of you who want to use flat fees properly, here's why learning how must be your top priority. I'm not exaggerating, really, okay? So it might sound like a shameless plug because I teach attorneys flat fees, but it's true nonetheless. And here's why. There is nothing that I can think of that is more important to the foundation of your practice than pricing. And your foundation has to be solid. And I know how I started my practice was not with a solid foundation. I started back in 2000 and I had an office and I had my little business cards and I had an ad in the phone book. This was well before the internet. An ad in the phone book, and I started. And then you get clients and your only concern is I need a client. And then you get a client and you're kind of like, yeah, I'll get to, figuring out the business stuff later. And then you get more clients and you get more clients, and then you keep building on this foundation that's maybe not so strong. And at some point it collapses, or it's just wobbly the whole time. And pricing is incredibly important to that foundation because, quite frankly, nothing else really matters if your price isn't right as far as a business goes. So let's look at this in two ways. One is you are pricing wrong. And I'm going to say you're underpricing with flat fees because I have yet to meet an attorney who, when they told me what they were charging with flat fees, I was like, ooh, that's a little high. Okay. Most attorneys are undercharging substantially when they're using flat fees. And when you do that, you're always going to be behind. That means that you are having to take on more cases. You're having to market more to bring in more clients. That means you're spending more time, more energy, and more money. And it's harder and harder to just survive, much less make a decent living. And you can't improve a business when you're just in survival mode. And what is our go-to then? We work harder. We bring in more clients, more marketing, and we just keep going down this spiral. And the fixes actually cost more and cause more stress as we're not dealing with the actual foundation. The foundation is your services priced appropriately, reasonably, of course, ethically, of course, but enough that you're charging for the value, you're charging for your expertise, and you're charging enough that clients are going to do what you tell them to do. They have a buy-in. When you are priced properly, then everything else grows from that. Then your foundation is solid. Then you have the money to do other things. You have the money to hire great staff, train great staff. You have the money to invest in your practice. You have the money to invest in other coaching or all of the other things that you want to do in your practice. You have the time. You have the time to do these other things. You have the time to sit back and think about creative solutions for your clients that are going to add more value to their matter, to them. You have the emotional bandwidth so that you're not burning out, so that you are loving coming to work every day, or at least not hating it. It all starts with your foundation, and price is so important in that foundation. And really, when you get that right, everything else builds on that, and everything else is so much easier. So it might sound self-serving to say, you've got to learn flat fees first. It's true. It's true. You get that right, everything else is smooth sailing. You get it wrong, and you are in for a very, very rough ride. So I hope this helps at least to get you thinking about the importance of flat fees and the importance of learning them first and now. And if you want to refine your ability to use flat fees, learn more about working with me, go to breedalong.com, get on my mailing list, or check out how to learn from me in the course section, just hitting the link below. And please, this is your reminder to subscribe, like the video, comment so that other attorneys can get this information as well. So we'll see you on the next video. Take care.